Hi, my name is Shanique. Welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I created this makeup look as well as hearing my thoughts on the latest season of Married at First Sight, keep on watching. Now, the other day on Instagram, I posted this picture and I got a lot of compliments on it. So, one, thank you to everybody who complimented me. But shout out to my girl, Melissa, who I went to high school with. She did ask for a tutorial. So, that was the impetus of all of this. All right, now if the light looks a little bit weird, it's because I'm using natural light today and you know how that can be. But I couldn't just do a look and not do anything else because that's not really where my spirit is lately, you know what I mean? All right, so I'm not gonna go in any particular order, but I'm just gonna skip all of the boring people so we can talk about what we came here to talk about, okay? Now, starting off, I am going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. If you are just getting into makeup, you will not regret buying this. This is something I've been buying this for years. It's something that I have with me all of the time. But honestly, okay, when they said that this season was going to be in Atlanta, I knew it was going to be some mess. I'm not going to lie, but I just didn't know to what extent the mess would be. You know what I mean? For face primer, I'm gonna be using the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Y'all have seen me use this before. One pump is enough. And that's the thing, this is a luxury brand, but one pump is really enough. So I have been saying since last season that the experts are trolling us. I'm convinced that, every season there's like what, maybe like 5, 6 couples. And every season I'm convinced that some of these picks are not even for what they claim the show is for, right? Some of these picks are like just legitimately for our entertainment only. Little did we know, little did we know um, that they were gonna just take it way, way, way over the line. You know what it is? I guess the producers was like, look, they've been in the house for damn near a year. Let's just give them, something that they can really feel. I'm gonna get through the boring ones first, like I said. So the pilot and Virginia. First of all, Virginia, Virginia is still on that undergraduate drinking schedule, and I don't know if I respect it or if I hate it. But when Mama was like, "Oh well, I get wasted every Thursday, Friday, Saturday," and I was like, "Girl, you really are on the college drinking schedule because who is really still getting wasted to that extent that often?" Nobody in my friend group. That's all I'm gonna say. I do my brows with this is the Anastasia. I said Anastasia. Y'all, I'm a liar. I'm sorry. This is not Anastasia at all. This is the Benefit Brow Pencil. And this is in number 5. I use this all the time as well. Virginia, I think she can be okay. But to be 26, she does come off very, very immature. Like I said, that whole like I get wasted, 3 times a week, and like I need you to get with this. It's like, girl, first of all, we're grown, right? And then what's his name? The pilot. Eric is in his 30s and I'm in my 30s as well. And it's like once you get into your 30s and you're settled, like you have career pursuits and things of that nature, you are really not trying to get wasted like that to that extent. Not when you got to get up in the morning, not when you have stuff to do. Like her whole energy is just coming off very immature. Then on top of that, like y'all, her skin, I cannot look. I know we always, do the jokes about how the white women age and all of that, but like hers is another level. And I don't think it's unrelated to all her drinking, is all I'm saying. Now, don't get me wrong. Eric, when they showed that video of him talking about he was on business in DC, it was like, I need a timestamp, because I'm just saying, like, I'm not making any assumptions about Eric's character, but I just feel like we need to know where he was at on January 6th, if you see what I'm saying. Virginia, it's like, girl, just get with the damn program, all right? No married man or no man who lives with their woman is trying to hear, oh, you're going to be out getting wasted with these men and staying the night with them. That's just not how people roll, at least not in the Black community. Now, I heard a podcast where a white woman was saying that, you know, that's normal and you can crash at somebody's house and all of this. In Black America, I can tell you that is not considered normal. And, you know, most straight Black men would not appreciate their wife getting wasted on a regular basis and crashing at some man's house. Like, that's just not the way we do things in my little corner of the Black community, is all I'm saying. So again, all of my white people, please drop down in the comments and let me know how y'all do. If that's something that's accepted in your world, it's not in mine. I can tell you that. Now, Haley and Jacob, Haley and Jacob are like kind of interesting to me because I think Haley has that problem that the girl from last season had. What was the girl? Remember the season with Zach? Oh, what was the girl's name? Not Mindy. It was the other white girl, the one who had gone out to get drinks with Zach after like the show had stopped filming. I think that Haley has that problem too, where it's like she thinks that she's cuter than what she is. Cause it's like, girl, you not even a bad bitch like that, you know. But what I do want to know is what exactly happened, because all she said was, you know, they got drunk and got it in. And I need her to give us more specifics, because it was like normally sex brings people closer together, but in her case, it drove like a big ass wedge in between them. And I was just, what I need to know is this. What I need to know is, did he do something weird or was it just whack? Because I need to be able to empathize with you, Haley. I want to empathize with you, girl. Like, did he like spit in your butt and you didn't like it? Or just he wasn't, you know, he just wasn't, you know, you know. Because it's just like the way she's not feeling him, I feel like there's more to that story that we need to know. Now, was it dead ass wrong that she met up with everybody else and then made him think it was girls only, and then when he showed up she started running? That was wrong, and she was wrong for doing that. But at the same time, Jacob doesn't look like he's very easy to deal with. Also, Jacob, I thought they said he's like 38, right? He acts like he's 50. All of this 80 shit, it's like ain't nobody trying to be looking at that. Then it's like everything he got on looks like, I just can't get with it. Like I really can't get with it. I see why he's been single for so long. You know, people were speculating that maybe he's on the spectrum or something like that. And, you know, I really don't like that type of discussion, because it's really not fair to people who are actually on the spectrum, you know? I don't know if this is the best Haley can do, but I don't know if they're that far off. You know what I mean? Because Haley seems to think that she really is flyer than what she actually is in real life. And it's like, didn't they say that she's been a bridesmaid like 15 times? She definitely does have that vibe of like everybody's miscellaneous friend. You know what I mean? And even the most interesting story she told was about how she broke out from the crab or whatever. And it was like, girl, like, okay. Like, I don't lead with my peanut allergy. That's all I'm saying, you know? So it's like, if a food allergy is the most interesting thing you got going, sis, you got to go back to the drawing board. In terms of being okay, I think that if Haley just calmed down, and Jake too, like, you know, that's what it is. They're both actually doing too much and not enough, because every time he tries to get an answer out of her, she just sits there and looks like she's ready to call the manager, like it's Walmart or something. And then he also kind of speaks in like these weird vagaries that are like, well, if you don't know what's going on, then I don't know if we can have this conversation. It's like, well, then I really don't know what's going on, so how the hell we going to have a conversation, idiot? Y'all know I get worked up. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's just like, Haley, again, it's like, girl, you're not that cute, you're not that interesting, the fact that you would even do something like this just tells a lot about you. So like, I don't know why you acting like you got it, like you popping to that level. You know what I mean? And now I'm just cleaning up my brows. This is After Dark cream concealer from The Balm, and this is a MAC 212 brush. And now I'm just gonna set my brows with some clear brow gel. I always use drugstore. Like I just haven't really ever seen a difference between the drugstore and the high end. So here we are. Now, what do y'all think about Clara and Ryan? Because first of all, Ryan's whole swag is just a big ass mystery to me. Because when they first showed him looking like Mighty Mouse, I was just like, oh, I'm getting like a tragic mulatto vibe from him. Like, that's the way it was looking to me. Like, okay, he is maybe only half black, but you can tell. And he grew up in the white community. But then we saw his family, and they're a regular black family, and the brother looked like a regular black man. So I don't know what the hell going on with Ryan. But it, the fact that the fact that Clara is sitting there with blue clitoris sends me every week. Like, I just can't. For eyes, it was this is the Just Peachy Too Faced Mattes palette. I don't know. There we go. And I use the color Just Ripe all over the lid. And I'm just putting this on with a regular, this is the Delium Tools 777 brush. So I really thought that Clara and Ryan were going to be okay. The reason why I thought that is because Clara seems so wild that she probably would have been happy with whoever they put her with. You know what I mean? But Ryan is like super, super uptight. Like, I just couldn't, it seems like a lot to be around him. And then he also does this thing that a lot of guys do that I don't like, which is kind of like, it's always like they're trying to give you a life lesson. It's like, listen, nigga, you are not my therapist, okay? Just say what you got to say and move on. And, I know some of these, old hoes are like, but you need a man to lead you. No, no. Have your own brain and your own mind. But I just need Ryan to be more expressive, because he's not saying that he doesn't like her, but Clara is sitting there looking like she want to die, talking about they doing everything but like it's high school, and they're damn near 30. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to make it. And now Dr. Viviana said she wondered if Ryan was lying about uh, having been sexually active, meaning what if he's a virgin but he's just not telling? And it's just like, I've been there when I was in high school. I'm not going to tell y'all the person who lied about it, because the person still follows me. And by the way, if you are watching, you're still whack for that. But not that I've forgiven you, but hey. So yeah, I don't know what Clara and Ryan are gonna do, because Clara seems like she's ready to get it in, and Ryan is not trying to do that. So I don't know what's gonna happen. And now I'm just blending this out with this is a Sigma E35 blending brush. I have so many of these. And now, I mean, the eyes are pretty much done. Like, I wasn't going anywhere when I did this look, so it's not very jazzy. Time for foundation. So for foundation, I'm using the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. This is the Alyssa Ashley collection. So this is the color Cappuccino. And I'm putting this on with this is a Sigma F80 flat top kabuki. Again, I have a bunch of these in my collection. I'm only using like 2 pumps. So now Brianna and Vincent. Now, I really, really like Vincent, and somebody said that he is from New York City, and I could totally tell. Once I saw the white chain and the Jesus piece, I was like, Vincent's one of my people. I believe they said that he's from the Bronx, and he was definitely acting like it. No disrespect to the Bronx, but I think they're gonna be okay. Like, how every season there's that one couple that it's like, we're rooting for you. I'm definitely rooting for Brianna and Vincent. But the thing, Brianna has that problem that a lot of us like high achieving professional women had, where it's just like we almost don't know how to stop. Not that you have to shrink yourself to be with a man. That's not what I'm saying. Well, actually, most oftentimes men are more sensitive than they let on. So if you really just go at a man, especially a man who loves you, it's going to mess with their head because, you know, they're like, I'm being vulnerable to you by liking you, and then you're going to come at me like that. Even though that whole like, oh, champagne on the shirt thing, I mean, that was like probably one of the stupidest arguments of all time. In terms of the foundation, this was only this was about 2 pumps, and as you see, it got most of the it did a good coverage. So now I'm gonna do concealer now. But yeah, so yeah, Vincent and Brianna, it's like they're like, I like them, but they're almost boring because they get along so well. It's like, you know, I don't want to see no happily ever after. Like, we want to see the mess. Now, y'all, speaking of the mess, honey, Paige and motherfucking Chris. Now, for concealer, I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I'm using the colors 52 and 53. Now, I would like to just go on record here saying that I was one of the first people who saw Chris for what he actually turned out to be. Because once I saw that he was wearing like ankle pants with no socks and then trying to do like the studded Louboutin thing, I said, oh, I know exactly what kind of nigga you are. He actually reminds me of someone who I know in real life. And that person is a fuck boy too. So that's why I said from episode 1, once he said, oh, you know, I don't want a woman that just only wants me for my money. But the only thing he talked about in relation to him being a good dude was money. I was like, oh, okay. So that. Then the way he kept talking and kept talking, I said, listen, if the experts match him with anything less than a light skinned Fashion Nova Instagram girl, he's not going to be happy. And boy, was I right. Now, if you remember back to the beginning episodes, I'm actually blaming a lot of this on Paige's friends. Because let me tell you something. If I'm at a wedding, and I've been to a bunch of weddings, like I said, I'm in my 30s. I've been to a bunch of weddings. And I've been a bridesmaid before as well. I don't care if it's married at first sight, married at last sight, married in between sight. You talk to me about my homegirl in front of the rest of the crew, it's a problem. Like, I don't care if we on TV. Like, here's the thing. Once he said to the friends, she's pretty in her own way, the responsible friend, see, now there was 3 of them. Now, I'm going to tell you what you do, ladies. There was 3 of them. What they should have done was the responsible one should have been pulling Paige to the side. Now, I'm just going to go, this is a wet beauty blender, and I'm just going to use this to blend everything. Now, once Chris said, Paige is cute, like in her own way, that's when the responsible friend should have been trying to pull Paige to the side or text somebody else to pull Paige to the side. Then the goon friend should have been trying to figure out how they can meet him outside to jump him. Not that I'm condoning violence, but what I'm saying is the way I roll, you're not going to talk shit about my friend to my face. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, I can't imagine any world in which a dude who's with one of my friends who I'm close enough with to be her bridesmaid is gonna talk shit to her, talk shit about her to me, and I don't do nothing. And it was like the friend, there was 3 of them, and only one really seemed to even be giving him like a little bit of energy. And actually, you know what? We're gonna have to move on to another topic because now I'm tight with the friends because they could have put something on her that maybe would have at least warned her. Now, I stopped feeling bad for Paige episodes ago. Now, why do you ask? Because Paige is under the impression that just because she got picked to be on this TV show, this is the Lord's will. And now, listen, I'm not a preacher by any stretch of anybody's imagination, but I can tell you right now, the Lord does not want this for us. Chris, who claims to be rich but only wears American Eagle shirts. And that's another thing. Imagine getting played in 2020 by a nigga in an American Eagle shirt. Girl. Somebody wearing an American Eagle shirt is like that alone. Please. So I stopped feeling bad for Paige once he went to Chicago instead of going to Atlanta. And that alone, and of course, are we shocked that the baby mother is in Chicago? No, absolutely not. Also, the way that Chris just acts, like every time somebody tries to hold him accountable, he starts mumbling, and his energy is just, he really has the energy of like a preteen. Like if you've ever been around like or worked with middle school students, that's what his energy gives me. Like once he did that, and Paige lost all my support, 100% of it, once she agreed to sit down with the baby mother. Because here's the thing, there was no new information to gain from that meeting. All that meeting was psychological warfare. Now, Paige, first of all, Paige really played herself, because if you was going to do that meeting, you should have went in there looking like a bad bitch. But instead, she just went in there dressed like she was going to Target. And of course, the baby mother showed up with, a straight weave, giving us, Fashion Nova with the Cardi B code, all of that. Also with the baby mother, I don't know, she had like a lisp, but then it was like she had veneers. So I don't know if the veneers were causing the lisp or if the lisp was something that she already had, but I just wasn't going for it. Also, now, those of you who haven't been in like super toxic, dramatic situations might not have caught everything that was going on in that scene. But when Paige said, "Oh, I might have been pregnant too," the look that Mercedes gave Chris when the look that Mercedes gave Chris, it was not, "Oh, this is why we not together." It was, "I'ma whoop your ass when we get home." And the "when we get home" was the key part. Now, once you see that, it's like at this point, and I said this online, Paige is a side wife. Paige is Amina Butterfly from season 1 of Love and Hip Hop. Remember when Peter Guns was over there living with the baby mama, but he was secretly married to Amina? And like, how are you going to be a side wife? Like, I don't, like, listen, since the pandemic and even before the pandemic, my church attendance wasn't where it should be. But I can tell you right now, the Lord doesn't want anybody to be a side wife, okay? You know what? It's like, Paige, it's above us now, because we've held on as much as we can hold on, because this man has told you everything that he could tell you. He showed up with the baby mother, and he left with her, I'm guessing, and then he wanted to sit down and meet with you to tell you nothing, right? Because it was literally nothing. Now that everything's blended, I'm gonna set under my eyes with this is the Beauty Bakery. This is the translucent flower. So once all of that happened, it was just like, okay, I feel bad for Paige because there's clearly some self-esteem issues there, and she's not a bad looking girl by any means, but she's just clearly not his type. Like, he wants Mercedes, the baby mother, right? Like, that's his type. And now I'm gonna give y'all a little deep cut for those of you who didn't know. Now, on the most recent episode, if you were paying attention, he starts telling her about Harold's Chicken. Now, for those of you who don't know, Harold's Chicken is a very famous chicken, chain place where in Chicago. So you saw that they were having Bible study and chill with Harold's Chicken, which is telling me that he flew from Chicago with a carton of chicken and brought it to you and you ate it, girl. Like, where you from? Like, honestly, like, I really need to know where she's from. You gonna let a nigga bring you some out of state leftovers and you ate them and let the nigga stay there and talk to you? No, this is on you at this point. It's on you because he's already shown you what time it is. And this is matte blush, and it's matte, and the color is Fever. This is how it looks. You can see I have hit pan. Like, I don't know where Paige is from originally, or who raised her or what, but I'm sorry. This man has embarrassed you all on TV, and then you gonna sit here and eat out of state leftovers with him. Like, what part of the game is that? Like, come on. And then she was really dead ass with the Bible scriptures. Bible. I would have had something with a B for him, and it wouldn't have been the Bible. It would have been a baseball bat to crack his head for trying to play with me. Okay, like, I'm not. Again, I don't condone violence, but there's really only so much a person can take. Like, come on. Again, this is my like everyday color. So yeah, I don't know what Paige is doing. And you know what, ladies? I know that, Kevin Samuels and everybody else in the world has made you feel like if you get 25 or 30 and you're not married or you don't have a man, lined up, that you're a failure. But that's definitely not the case. And this girl Paige then said on TV and said that the only thing she wants from her husband is for him to call her on the phone, and the nigga said no. What else do you need at that point? Once he said that he would prefer to do things in person, somebody made a good point. Somebody said he wants to see her in person because he wants to continue to have sex with her. And that I 100% believe. So now I'm just setting with, this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder, and this is a MAC. I think it's a 187 brush. I've had it forever, but it's a dual fiber. But yeah, I just can't understand what what would make somebody do this. It's like bad enough he's playing you. He's playing you on TV. The whole world's going to see this. All your line sisters. And the thing is, Sora Page, here's the thing. You can DM me and I'll help get you together because clearly you need some of Shanique's School of Swag and Bag if this is what you're doing. Let me tell you, ladies, anybody watching this, if you want some of Shanique's School of Swag and Bag, all you got to do is follow me on Instagram, which you should be following me on Instagram already, but you should definitely follow me. And, I'm clearly going to have to start talking to the community again because the girls are going through stuff like this, and it doesn't make any sense. Do y'all like Dr. Viviana? Because I just feel like she hasn't ever said anything that's been helpful. Like, to me, she just states the obvious. Don't get me wrong, she be dressed. Dr. Viviana's advice just be so basic. Oh, what do you think he's lying? Yeah, I think he's lying. I need you to help me with this. You supposed to be the expert. So I just don't know. Like, at this point, I don't know. Also, this is the Lancome Lash Primer. You see me with this all the time as well. It makes any mascara better. It's a little expensive, but it's worth it. What's going on in the mind of Paige? Are they going to give another family meeting or something? Because I just feel like we need more, like she needs her circle of trust maybe to help deal with whatever this situation is, because I'm just not understanding it. Not only did he bring Paige the out-of-state leftover chicken, he brought her the out-of-state leftover chicken to tell her that he bought the baby mama a Benz, to sit in her face and tell her that he bought Mercedes and Mercedes. And you saw that he did it just to flex on her, because he didn't say I bought her a car, which is what a Mercedes is, right? All you had to say was, you know what? She's pregnant now. I don't want her trying to take a bus or Uber or whatever. So I bought her a car. Boom. Yeah, I bought her a brand new Benz. It's just like, if you don't get, and am I the only one who gets pissed off by his outfits? Like, every time he wears something, it pisses me off. First of all, it is not 2004. I don't know why why every shirt he's wearing is American Eagle, right? First of all, and I didn't even know that people in their 20s wear that. Okay, that's what the girls, I want to say. I'm trying to think. Well, I didn't grow up around any full white people, so I don't know like at what year people were wearing this, but I know that when I was like freshman year of college, people were shopping at American Eagle, but I didn't know. And here's the thing, like I said, I'm in my 30s, so freshman year of college for me was a while ago. And the fact that this fool is wearing American American Eagle shirts in every scene just to me lets me know he's whack. Paige, it's just like, girl, not only are you getting played, you're getting played by somebody you don't know, and it's somebody you don't know in an American Eagle shirt. Like, I can't. And then the fact that he was ready to fall out with his pastor over this, to me, should show you that he's not as God-fearing as he says he is. Because anybody who's really down with the Lord like that, who's close to their pastor, you wouldn't be acting like this. And then he said that he's never going to speak to Pastor Dwight again because Pastor Dwight reached out to Paige. And it was just like, sir, okay. So for lips, this is a Tarte Elite Lip Surgeon. This thing, they probably don't even sell this anymore, but it's a Tarte lip crayon. And then this is minted, this is a minted lipstick in Peach Please. And now if you like this video, you'll probably like my other Get Ready With Me, so I'll be sure to link that down below. And I always have 4 requests at the end of my video. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, thank you for watching.